What's up, fam? Chilling up here, Planet Fitness. Just finished me some cardio. Want to have a chat about a few topics. North Korea and this Las Vegas massacre. I started a video earlier, but the Wi-Fi here at Planet Fitness started tripping and it cut out, so I ended up deleting that last video. But yeah, two important conversation pieces from me today, and again, those are North Korea and the Las Vegas shooting. We'll start with North Korea. And like I was saying previously, you guys, don't fall for a North Korea threat, because North Korea is no threat to the United States at all. Let me take y'all back to 1955 when the United States government bombed Hiroshima and Nagasaki, Japan. This was in 1955, and we had the weaponry back then to vaporize two places. Boom. And that's in 1955. It's 2017, fam. So just imagine what we can do to a country right now. In 1955, when we bombed Hiroshima and Nagasaki, no one up to that time had that type of capability. Right now, no one but us still has that type of bombing and destructive capability. We won't allow any other countries to get anywhere close to that kind of capability, because we know karma is a bitch. We are the only country in the history of mankind who dropped hydrogen bombs on anybody. And we didn't just bomb one place, we bombed two places to let the whole world know in 1955, we will blow your ass off the map if you attack us. And the reason they bombed Hiroshima and Nagasaki was their part in Pearl Harbor. December 7th, 1941 or 1947 is one of those. I'm thinking it's 1947. Japan, so say, was provoked into attacking Pearl Harbor. And look what we did in 55. Blew those people off the map, basically. So, with that being said, fam, North Korea knows our capability. North Korea knows that if they attack us in any capacity, we have brand new toys we're just waiting to unleash. And when I say we, I don't mean me and black people, Hispanic people. We know the we that I'm talking about. We know who we're talking about. Those people are ready to destroy. They have weapons of mass destruction that they haven't used yet, and they're waiting to kill millions of people. But what they have to do is provoke these people to want to do something. Not only provoke the other people, you have to trick your people into joining your military and going risking their lives for your cause. You have to trick the American people into believing that there is a threat. Once you've tricked enough people into believing that there's a threat, these people will join your military and figure that they have to go overseas and kill other people. You know, that's what's going on here. North Korea has been making threats forever. I would too. The United States is a bully nation. We've always been a bully nation. People are getting tired of being bullied. Other countries are getting tired of being bullied. So they're going to make threats back. If somebody was fucking with you all the time, you're going to make a threat back too to quit getting picked on. That's all North Korea is doing, is making threats. They're not going to act on anything because they know what happened to their Asian comrades in 1955. They got blown off the map. So trust me, North Korea is no threat at all. Do not listen to CNN. Do not listen to Fox. Do not listen to Rush, Sean Hannity. None of these people who are telling you that North Korea is a threat. President Trump talking about the little rocket man and all that, trying to pump the American public up to get you thinking that North Korea is a threat. I wouldn't be surprised if the United States government staged some false flag event and blamed it on North Korea to rile the American public up so their men and women in the military will be gung-ho and ready to go kill people they don't even fucking know. That's what this country has been doing forever. It's a tried and true, like cookie cutter mold.
I agree.
It's something that's worked. You're right. You're right. Right, brother.
And do like a little scare tactic. That'll be another strategy to get Trump.
Right. Scare tactics. You're absolutely right. I'm glad you on to it, brother. A lot more of our citizens are becoming aware of this type of stuff. You know. It's a trick, man. Problem, reaction, solution. Our government will have a problem that they want to give us the solution for. But if they just gave us the solution, we wouldn't want it. Why do you want to take guns from us? Why do we need to be strip searched at airports? Why do we need TWIC cards to work at ports and stuff like that? We don't need that stuff. But after staged terrorist events have happened, you get the public clamoring for gun control, clamoring for extra security at airports. Remember at 9/11, the system tricked y'all into believing that some Arabs hijacked commercial planes with box cutters? How stupid does that sound now? But at the time they were telling you that bullshit, you fell for a hook, line, and sinker. And not only did these clowns hijack the planes with box cutters, they could fly the planes perfectly. Perfect pilots. We fell for a hook, line, and sinker. Haven't found the weapon of mass destruction yet. Blame the whole 9/11 on Osama bin Laden. Got the whole world and the UN to go after Saddam Hussein. For whatever reason, kill Saddam Hussein. Gas is 88 cents a gallon at the time, $1.10 at the most a gallon at the time. We good, right? We're just fine. But we go after Saddam Hussein, and ever since we took over his part of the world, we've been paying close to $3 a gallon for gas. Saddam Hussein was no threat to the United States, man. No threat to the United States. Problem, reaction, solution. North Korea is no threat to the United States, man. Don't fall for it. Do not let your sons or daughters, nieces and nephews join the military, man. Not at this time. Because this clown Trump is going to have them fighting and dying on your watch if you're stupid enough to let them go. Don't worry about North Korea again. This Las Vegas shooting. False flag. Of course the people got killed. When I say false flag, I don't mean they were crisis actors and people weren't really being killed. False flag events are real events, but they are staged to get a political point across or get something pushed, some policy pushed. Some policy that they know most of the American public not going to go for anyway. So we'll create a heinous act and scare the public into going for gun control. You know, you want gun control. You want to take guns out of the American public's hands. But if you just say that, who's just going to willingly give up their arms? We have a right to bear arms. We have a right to defend ourselves if we choose to. Who wants to give up their right? Problem, reaction, solution. Before a martial law takeover, they want to disarm the public. So when martial law is happening, they don't have to worry about getting shot at by the public and armed public. So you need to take the guns out of their hands. So how do you do that? You have a guy go shoot up a bunch of people. and say, just think, if guns were off the streets, this wouldn't have never happened. You know, you'll be a safer America if guns are taken off the street. That's not true. Not true at all. Guns off the streets mean when martial law happens, there's no resistance. That's all this is. Okay. This guy in Las Vegas. So check this out. Be this guy. You fixing to kill up a bunch of people. This finna be your 15 minutes of fame, babe. You're on the 32nd floor. You gunning people down. Okay, they say this guy shot for 10 minutes. Okay. The police are going to be up there pretty soon, bro. You're going to get your 10 to 15 minutes and the police are going to be there, bro. You are in a hotel room. You're not bunkered down where you can just hide out and just shoot for hours and days and all that. You have 15 minutes of fame and you're going to die, period. So, why do you need a room full of guns, bro? What's the use of having guns scattered all over the place? Okay. Think, I'm the gunman. I'm going to have my one gun that I'm gunning these people down with. I'm going to do my little 10 minutes of shooting or whatever, and before you know it, it's going to be knocks at the door, right? Police have found out where you are. Okay, now I'm going to commit suicide. I'm going to put the primary gun that I've used to kill all these people with, I'm going to put that gun down. I'm going to pick up my second gun, which is a revolver, and I'm going to blow my fucking brains out. Done. What do I need guns strewn all over the hotel room for? I'm never going to get to use them. What do I need guns and other artillery in my vehicle as if I'm going to make an escape and get a chance to use all this stuff? I'm never going to make it back to my car. Right? Think. This stuff was all staged. This man wasn't doing this alone. I don't know if the brother was a Manchurian candidate. Look that up if you don't know. If you're not familiar with that term, those who are familiar with the term Manchurian candidate will know exactly what I'm talking about. Right? Okay? Again, think about it. I'm fixing to kill up these people. So I bring all these weapons into this hotel room over a week's time. All these weapons. But actually, I'm only going to get to shoot for about 10 minutes. And I'm going to die. So what do I need all these weapons for? Again, if it's me, hypothetically, 2 weapons, fam. The weapon that I'm fixing to use to kill these people with. And once the police get there and start knocking on my door, the one weapon I'm going to use to blow my brains out with. That's all I need. I don't need machine guns and shit all over the hotel. That's staged for the public. So when the media shows you pictures of this dude laid out with his brains blown out, they're going to pan the room and you're going to see guns everywhere. Makes no sense. Then they're going to tell you this dude had weapons and artillery and ammunition in his car. He was planning to make an escape. How in the hell was this guy planning to make an escape from a 32nd floor room after he's been shooting for 10 minutes? After the first couple of minutes, people from the ground level are gonna look up and say, oh, the bullets are coming from there, from over there. They're just coming from over there. So he doesn't just shoot for a few minutes and leave. The guy fires for 10 minutes, right? Something ain't right. And another thing, there's a witness, I don't know if you heard, and I heard a couple people say this, but one specific witness for sure, this was on CNN, but they cut her off. She was on the ground level, fam, and she said the shooting started, right? So people scattered, got to safety. So after a minute or so, I think she said people started to stand up. And when people started to stand up, they started getting gunned down by men with guns who were standing at ground level shooting at them. Actually herding them with their guns into a group so they can kill more people. Okay, look Try to find, I don't know the lady's name, but look for that interview. It was on CNN and they cut the woman off. Once she got to the point to where she was saying it were men on the ground aiming guns into the crowd and shooting, they cut the woman off. These are false flag events, fam. False flag events. They're always going to give you a lone gunman. Just look at the history of these type of things. The lone gunman, John Wilkes Booth, the lone gunman who assassinated Abraham Lincoln. Lee Harvey Oswald, the lone gunman who single-handedly killed President Kennedy from a book suppository. Check this shit out, though. I know I'm kind of going off, but this shit is wild if you think about it. Okay, Kennedy, look at the Zapruder tape. Kennedy, the first shot hits him in the neck from behind. You can see, boom, he grabs for his neck. His wife, once Jackie Kennedy sees her husband grabbing his neck, she looks over and you can see her lips. She says, "Jack," and reaches over, and then from the side, boom, the side of his head explodes. Okay, bullets were coming from all directions, fam, that day. Just like in Vegas last weekend, bullets were coming from all directions. But they're going to give you a lone gunman, one man, one gun, did all this damage. That's how the game is played throughout history, fam. And the powers that be aren't going to change the program because the program has worked for them for ages. Okay? Again, John Wilkes Booth, Lee Harvey Oswald, James Earl Ray with Martin Luther King. And you can look this up. In a mock trial, James Earl Ray was acquitted, not guilty. Look this up. The King family, Coretta Scott King and Martin Luther King's family, they already know that James Earl Ray did not kill Martin Luther King. They know it's a conspiracy with a whole bunch of different others who did that. But they give us, the feeble-minded American public, a lone gunman. And to make you remember the lone gunman's name, they give you 3 names to remember. These are psychological tricks that the system has used for years to trick a feeble nation of people. John Wilkes Booth, you can't forget it. Even if you want to forget it, you can't forget it. John Wilkes Booth, they make sure you don't forget the person that they want you to believe did it. Lee Harvey Oswald. You see, you're never going to forget that. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. James Earl Ray killed King. 1, 2, 3. James Earl Ray. They give you these 3 names so that pattern will be etched into your psyche. You know, so when who killed Martin Luther King, kids? James Earl Ray. Who killed John F. Kennedy, kids? Lee Harvey Oswald. Who assassinated Abraham Lincoln, fam? John Wilkes Booth. These are tricks. These are tricks for your psyche to get you to believe a certain thing, to get you focused on a certain path, and the system can just lead the feeble mind down whatever path they want to lead you down. And that's what's been going on. You know, the whole time your common sense will be trying to wake you up, but in this system, you're not taught to use your common sense. You're really taught to follow the crowd. Do what everybody else is doing. Believe what everybody else is believing. The same news is on Fox, CNN, your local news. It's the same bullshit. So everybody's seeing the same stuff, so it must be true. Everybody believe what you're seeing on TV. And those like myself and others who like, damn, this shit's stupid. We do the research, find out what's really going on, and tell you guys, and then y'all get to say, well, that's conspiracy theory. Because all the news channels said something different. And my mama said the same thing the news said. And my auntie said the same thing the news said. And my friends at work said the same thing the news said. So we all know what we're talking about. Those of you who are actually doing your own research and bring the information back to us, you guys are conspiracy theorists. Nah, man. Nah. Now, back to this dude in Vegas. We're going to see what his family says. We're going to see what his friends say. Up to this point, dude doesn't have a criminal record. Dude was rich. Not an angry fella like that. Why would he just do what he did? All by himself. Don't believe it, fam. Do y'all remember not long ago in Dallas, Texas? Same thing. You got this black dude, right, who killing up cops in Dallas. This lone gunman who was perched up high. Remember this shit. He was up high, right, shooting down into crowds. People scattering, right? But the only people who are dropping like flies are police officers. Here we go again. You have this lone gunman who's a sniper, who's perched up high and accurately picking off a specific demographic of people by his motherfucking self. Didn't happen, bro. Didn't happen like that. And again, just like in Las Vegas, fam, people on the ground said bullets were coming from all directions. Man, I'm not making this stuff up. So again, these people that are doing this type of stuff, they are using tactics that have been used for hundreds of years to manipulate and fool the common folk, attempting to herd your mind and your beliefs in a direction that they can control. Heaven forbid you do like myself and others and have your own brain. Do your own research, find out your own answers, and then try to give it back to the people you love. Heaven forbid you do like that. You know, then you ostracize. But me and others like myself, we don't give a damn no more, because we actually know what we're talking about now. You know, we actually know what we're talking about now. But yeah, back to the guy in Dallas. So, the dude is perched up high picking off cops, right? So he ends up coming to the ground, and they have a video of him going one-on-one with this cop, fucking this cop up. Bam, bam, bam. Another cop gets fucked up. Okay. So he gets cornered in a parking garage in downtown Dallas. This, again, lone gunman who worked all by himself, done all this by himself. You pin him up in a parking garage, and you said he writes some kind of cryptic message in his own blood. That's what they give us, fam. He wrote a cryptic message in his own blood. And you decided to send a robot in and kill him. Blow him to bits. No body, nothing. Just blow him to bits. Dead men tell no tales, fam. You couldn't smoke him out. You couldn't tear gas him out. Capture him, shoot him in the leg, take him to the police station, and let's talk to this guy. Let's ask some questions. Let's find out if he's a member of a radical organization or something. No, we're not gonna do that, fam. See, we got this robot we got here, and we just been waiting to use this technology. So we just gonna send this robot in and blow him to bits, and it's all over. News at 11. Crazy. And people fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. And just think, have you heard about that since? Has anybody talked to the black guy? Has anybody heard anything about that since? Nope. And watch how quickly this Vegas thing just kind of fades to black. You know. So Osama bin Laden. This shit was crazy. Blame him and his crew for 9/11. Okay. Rile up the American public. Get your military fired up to go kill motherfuckers that has never done them anything. And then you don't even go after Osama bin Laden. You go after Saddam Hussein. Wow. Wow. Every video, every photo I ever saw personally of Osama bin Laden, the dude was either on one knee. You've all seen that photo. He's on one knee with the all white shit on, holding that rifle. We've all seen that picture. Okay, that's one. And it's the other one they show is when he's coming out of a cave with camouflage on, with a walkie-talkie and a rifle over his shoulder. That's the second one. And it's maybe one more photo or video that they showed over him. They looped that shit for 5 to 6 years, year after year after year. They're telling you a terror alert, the terror alert is high, the terror alert is high. And they keep showing the same 3 pictures of Osama bin Laden on TV. Terror alert, terror alert, terror alert. Well, you trying to make me believe that this sand dweller, this man that every time you show him, he's in the desert somewhere and his fighters or soldiers have on ninja outfits and they're crawling on the dirt and doing all this guerrilla warfare shit. And you telling us that those people were intelligent enough to hijack planes with box cutters, fly the planes perfectly. How? The video you're showing of us of these people, they're in the desert, they're in caves. How are those cave dwellers that sophisticated to pull that off? And even if you give them credit, let's say I was foolish enough to believe that, why didn't you go after them when you rounded up the UN? Why did you go after Saddam Hussein? Makes no sense. Seems to me that the system kept Osama bin Laden at large until the Patriot Act can be pushed and a lot of other national security policies could be pushed. Once all these policies were finally implemented, now you can say, oh, we killed Osama bin Laden. Yeah, our Navy SEAL Team 6 or whatever broke into his compound. We killed him. We wrapped him up in some linen and we dumped him in the ocean. Really? So let me get this straight. The dude you claimed was responsible for the massacre of thousands of Americans, you found out where he was and you decided not to capture him to bring him to trial. You said, we just gonna kill him, wrap him in some linen, and we're gonna dump him in the ocean. Right, okay. Okay. Y'all, the more I talk about this, the more and people fall for it. People fall for it. Now let's just see with this Vegas incident. Let's just see if the gun control talks go through the roof now. You know, let's see. Because if there are more staged events like this, false flag events when it comes to mass shootings, I can guarantee it will not be a member of the NRA. Those who really promote citizens having guns, I guarantee it will not be a member of the NRA pulling this off. You see, it will not be a member of the NRA. What the system is trying to do is scare the sheeple public, the brainwashed public, into basically begging that the guns be taken out of the hands of American citizens. I myself, I don't have a gun. I'm not a big gun guy personally. I grew up with my dad still got guns. I know a lot of people with guns. I just personally myself, I'm not into guns, but I do not have a problem with people legally having firearms. I do not have a problem with that. You should be able to defend yourself. And what y'all can do is look this up. The last 5 years or so, gun violence has gone down the last 5 years, between 3 to 5 years. Look it up. Gun violence has gone down. And that's because more people have guns legally, and jackers and thieves are thinking twice now before running up on people, because now a lot of people are armed. So gun violence has gone down. The system does not want that, man. Again, when martial law is instituted, those who are instituting martial law do not want to get shot at by civilians who are packing. So they're going through the process now of trying to get guns out of civilians' hands. if the system just disregards your civil rights, your constitutional rights, and say, give us back your fucking guns. Man, people gonna revolt. Man, you kidding me? Like Charles Heston said, from my cold dead hand. Y'all remember that? Y'all gonna take it from my cold dead hands. A lot of American citizens feel that way, and they have every right to, you know, and the system knows this. So this is what the system is gonna do. Find some missionaries or some Manchurian candidate to get some guns and kill up hundreds of people in a mass shooting. You do this kind of shit enough, you're going to have your brainwashed people just automatically say, well, shit, we need to get guns taken off our streets. So, citizens do not need guns. We don't need any more Columbines. We don't need any more Las Vegas shootings. We don't need any more what happened in Dallas with the long black gunman. We don't need any more Lee Harvey Oswald. We don't need any more John Wilkes Boots. We don't need any more Sir Hands. We don't need any more Charles Earl Rays. You see, but it's easier to do it if the people ask for the guns to be taken away. You know, and that's what the system is doing, y'all. That's what the system is doing. Don't fall for it. If you don't believe anything I've said in this video, go look it up. Especially black people. You guys are not known for reading. You guys are not known for looking shit up. You put your faith in your religion, your pastor, and your God, and you just keep it moving. Please stop doing that. Please stop doing that. Because the people who are pulling this shit off, they're not thinking like you're thinking. You know, they're hoping you stay fickle-minded like you are. And they will continue to kill, maim, you know, and feel like they can get away with it forever. Because not enough people are actually saying, okay, I know what the news is telling me. I know what the papers are telling me. Let me do some independent research because my gut, my intuition is telling me this shit don't make no sense. You know, come on, fam. Don't fall for this Vegas shit. False flag. Yes, people died, and I hate that. But the powers that be are willing to kill to get agendas pushed across. They don't give a fuck about your dead ass. They're trying to get an agenda pushed across. So they're going to kill as many as they can to get an agenda pushed across. Don't fall for it. Do not fall for the North Korean threat, man. North Korea is no threat. No threat whatsoever. You know, they don't have the nuclear capabilities that we have. They don't have all the ways to destroy millions of people. We have those methods and are waiting to unleash those methods on somebody. You know, the other countries know we had it. Man, Iran is no threat to us because Iran knows what we did to Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Iraq is no threat to us. Iraq knows what we did to Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Russia is no threat to us. They know what we did to Hiroshima and Nagasaki. North Korea is no threat to us. They know what we did to Hiroshima and Nagasaki in 1955. Don't fall for it. We are the big bullies on the block with all these weapons we are waiting to use. But we have to create an enemy. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're a boxer. You Mike Tyson. You've been practicing. You've been beating the shit out of all your sparring partners. You're ready to kick somebody else's ass. But everybody done seen what you did to the sparring partners. Don't nobody want to fight you, fool. They looking at you beat the dog shit out of all your sparring partners. They don't want no parts of it. So how does Mike Tyson, how does Mike get a fight? Everybody's scared. So Mike gonna just start, hey man, they talked about my mama. Shouldn't I fight him, fam? They was talking about my mama. I was walking down the street and he swung at me. Didn't y'all see him swing at me, fam? I should kick his ass, right? Cuz ain't swing at Mike. Cuz don't want no parts of Mike. But Mike need a fight. You know, hey y'all, I just walked by this old lady. Y'all see this old lady swing that purse at me? Man, that old lady, you just had your homeboy stand next to you and swing a purse outside the view of the camera, dog. It's a trick. You know, It's a trick. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. I guess that's it for my little rant today. This is my first time actually going live like this, fam. I had a lot on my mind today. I was up here Planet Fitness, walking me an hour and a half on the treadmill, burning some calories. But man, just sitting thinking about all the shit, man, and all the years that I have been doing independent research, and I see what they're doing, man, and they do the same thing so much you can see it coming. It's moving in slow motion to me. That's why I can easily tell you guys what's going on. And don't take what I'm saying for face value. Please look it up. Don't ask your pastor. No, don't do that. Don't go to no Bible verses, black people. Don't do that. Get on the internet. Google. Find other methods of research. Again, you're not going to find these answers in your Bible. And do not go to your pastor. Put those things to the side. Find some other sort of independent study to find out what's really going on, because it's your responsibility once you find out what's really going on to tell the ones you love, the ones you love, especially your children. You know, especially your children, because they do not need to be ignorant. You know, a lot of us have been ignorant and naive for a long time, and we're waking up. We have to tell our children, because if the people who have awakened, if they don't tell the kids, the school not going to tell them. Their other sleepwalking relatives aren't going to tell them. You see what I'm saying? It's up to people who have awakened, people who have actually done the research outside of a Bible or what Rev says. People who have gone outside of that to get information to bring back to the people that we love. You know, more of us need to do that. More of us need to do that. My bad, I see my battery about to die here. But yeah, that's it for me, y'all. Just had to get that off my chest. Don't fall for the false flag. You know, look up problem, reaction, solution. Look up what that means. Look up what false flag means. Become familiar with this stuff. And as you see things play out on the global scale, you will get to see these cookie cutter mold things happen. Because it's the same stuff year in, year out, decade in, decade out. It's the same pattern of behavior